Hi guys, welcome to Hoops Junction. Recently, Chris Paul came out and said that it's not that the United States is struggling in the Olympics, it's just that the competition has gotten exponentially better. Basketball used to be the USA's game, but now it's the world's game. Although I agree that over the years, competition has gotten greater and greater and greater, I still don't think that it is an issue about the world getting better. I just think it's an issue about the United States basketball team, Team USA, USA basketball, just not taking everything seriously enough. I would wager to say this. I think if LeBron James, Chris Paul, Kawhi Leonard, I think if you replace like Jimmy Butler, Paul George, and we'll say Kyle Lowry, if you replace those three with LeBron, Chris Paul, and Kawhi Leonard, I guarantee we have a way different showing from the United States team. Just adding LeBron alone is a way different showing. Because say what you want about LeBron, he comes prepared. That man's prepared night in and night out. Like, that's one thing. He's consistent with it. He's consistent with the effort. He could have a bad scoring game, but like he'll do other things to like try to win a game. Chris Paul is another guy, floor general. Like, I think he's a much better point guard than a Kyle Lowry or who else is no, Kyrie Irving is formidable as well, but he's not as good of an assist man as I would say a CP3 is. That being said, we're going to say this. The world has gotten better. I understand that, and I agree with CP3. Like, it's not the same old days of, you know, when Larry played, or even when Casey Jones and Bill Russell played, blowing teams out by 50. They call that the original Dream Team. They had like an average margin of 60 points or something of victory. Crazy. Average margin of 60 points. Ridiculous. But the world has caught up, and I agree with that. But the world has caught up, but the United States, USA basketball hasn't caught on. I think that's the problem. The world has caught up, but USA basketball hasn't caught on. They haven't caught on to the fact that everybody else is getting better, and we're trying to out-talent guys when we really should be taking the game seriously and becoming with a much better effort. I think, you know, Coach K said it best. He said they need to learn how to close out games. You know how to close out a game. You play defense, you rebound, and you get defensive stops. Point blank, period. That's how you close out a game. You play good defense, rebound, get stops. That's it. That's it. But for some reason, they're acting like they don't know what the formula is. And part of the reason is this team is too finesse. They're way too finesse. They're scared to go to the basket, drive the lane, and do what they got to do. They're struggling. It's not because the world has caught up. They just haven't caught on. They don't respect their opponent enough to prepare for the game like it's a serious game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still catch those guys out drinking and partying and stuff. I mean, of course, it's Brazil. You got to enjoy it, and I respect that. I respect that. I love it. You're supporting other people, other teams of Team USA, you know, in the Olympics. But when you go on that court, if you was partying the night before, you better be partying on that court, and you better bring your A game. You can't just have a lackluster showing. See what I'm saying? And that's just the problem. Like, you could tell they're not taking their opponent seriously. And it gets to the point where either Melo or Kyrie Irving has to bail them out. And one game, Melo and Kyrie Irving ain't going to be there. So they're going to have to figure out as a team, how do we start the game strong and finish the game strong? They have caught up, but how do we catch on? How do we know, like, okay, they're running our stuff? I was watching the game the other day with France, and even the Serbia. They were running like horns. They were running the hammer play. If you guys don't know what the hammer play, I suggest you go to B-ball breakdown. That's when you throw the ball in the post, then you get a flare screen, and then the guy cuts to the corner, and then the guy in the post swings the ball towards the baseline, wide open three. They're running NBA plays. So if they're running NBA plays, you got to come in there with NBA intensity. You can't say these guys are amateurs or they're like, you know, they're not the best pros. They're still pros, so treat them as such. You see what I'm saying? They're just playing down to their competition. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. CP3, you're my guy. I agree with what you said, the world getting better. But it's still USA's game. You see what I'm saying? You got to understand that. It's still USA's game. We still have the best athletes. We have the best coaches. And the way that we play basketball it starts with us and it literally ends with us. See what I'm saying? Like, all the trends, all the... Only thing that I think people have brought outside the game is Manu Ginobili with the Euro step. Other than that, everything has come from us. Crossovers, crazy three-point shooting, step backs from New York City. Like all of the game is, everything comes from us. So that being said, we need to remember that. And the United States basketball team has to come much more prepared. And they have to come with the right intensity and right mindset. You know what I'm saying? They got to catch on. The world has caught up, but we need to catch on that the world has caught up. This is Vlad from Hoops Junction, where hoops meets hoopla. Peace.